Right, this is Ask Andy, and the quick one is tab or mutation? Music notation.
Music mutation. That sounds like an awesome album name for a really off-the-wall album.
I like music mutation because that's just making mistakes. So it's tab versus standard music notation. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh.
Well, that says it all, really.
There you go. There's my answer. Learn to read music.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try and keep this short. What are the benefits of tab? The benefits of tab, certainly for someone when you're teaching and starting out and they want to do electric guitar or acoustic guitar, is I can get them to learn melodies and things really quite quickly because it's a mathematical process of seeing the fretboard. Not a mathematical, but like a map of the neck, isn't it? So they can go, oh, that's where I played that. And so it can get me to get through their grades very quickly. And they can really feel like they're learning that, and for them that makes them happy because they're progressing at quite a quick rate. The other benefits of tab, certainly I found, because I came from a classical background, and on a classical background, you know, when you're playing a classical guitar, it's similar to this in a way where here's 12th fret, and all of a sudden you're reading ledger lines, but there's like 6 or 7 of them, and I'm having to play up here, and you're sight reading. Obviously, tab can help when you're in the high end of the fretboard. It also helps, I think, with a lot of certain techniques that are more very specific to electric guitar, which is not not necessarily, maybe what I'm teaching.
Pre-bends and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Well, those are fine, but with what some of the stuff, the tapping and stuff that Jamie might be teaching you, when it gets to that, I think that can help just to kind of physically show on a piece of paper, hey, it's easier to understand. The negatives of tab, for me, far outweigh the positives. The positives of being able to read music are huge. The first thing being that when you learn, say, classical guitar, because you're immediately learning to read music, you are immediately associating what's on the page with where it is on the guitar. So you start off with like Guitarist Way, Book 1. That's the very first piece, right? E, 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 B, 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 E, E, E. And that is exactly what it is. I've taught that for 20 years. That's the first piece they learn. And then so you can go through it quite quickly, but they are actually learning what note pitch and note lengths are. And it's not that hard to learn. People are frightened by it because they go, well, I've learned, how can I do that? Well, with music, in a professional situation or any situation where you're going to be given a chart and it's not by a guitarist, you won't be given tab. Okay, you have to learn to read. If I'm reading tab and there's no music written above it, how do I know what the note length is?
The rhythm.
You wouldn't know. So unless it's a song that you've heard before, how the hell do you know how long it is? So if you asked me, what would you think would be the most beneficial thing for a new guitarist to learn if they wanted to simply play? They've gone to the guitar store, they bought themselves an electric or an acoustic, but really what they want to do is just play songs, okay, with a little bit of understanding of improvisation using minor pentatonics or major pentatonics. I would say, okay, you can learn the tab and you can learn the chord boxes, but please understand how to read rhythmic notation, because it's not the hardest thing to do. And we've got a massive course on that. It's 3 different levels with
Loads
2 sessions per level.
Yeah.
Unbelievable amount of material. Again, which is all based around playing songs. So you learn the note lengths and things, and then you show, well, this is how it sounds in a song, and then you can relate it to that and stuff. That would be great, because in the professional environment, what you'll often get, let's say if you're in the West End, is if there are specific lines that you have to play, it will be written as a melody. If they want you to play a certain variation of a chord, harmonic structure of a chord, then that will be written. But a lot of the time, it'll just be a rhythmic pattern with chord voicings above.
Is there a natural progression from people starting with the guitar with tab and then at some point saying, okay, I'm good enough now, actually I should really start to look into music notation?
I think there is. So what I do is, if they say to me, I want to learn electric, well, then immediately they're on electric stuff. They'll go on ultimateguitar.com. They'll go on all these sites and download stuff. By the way, there's a lot of errors on that, so just be careful. Maybe it's useful to a certain degree, but so my students will be learning from the exam books, or they'll be learning songs, and I will do charts for them. But then it will get to a point where I will immediately say, and kind of from the beginning, I start them on, funny enough, our nuggets, how to read rhythm, the first session that we did. And I'll get them reading rhythmic notation. And then, so they'll be learning to play their melodies from the books, they'll be learning to play their chords from their songs, and they'll be learning to do rhythmic notation from our course. And I try and combine those things. So then at least when they want to join the school band and they're on electric guitar, most of it will be rhythmic notation with chord voicings above, because they'll have them strumming. You know, so that's a massive thing. If you do want to be really good, though, I genuinely would learn to read music. I mean, it's just better. It's quicker to sight read notes than it is to sight read numbers.
Is it really?
It really is, 100%. Yeah. And also, you know, if I know that there's an E here, the same E's here, the same E's here.
You have to know your fretboard.
You have to know your fretboard. Now, that helps with tablature, because I might want to play this melody. And I might want to just decide where am I going to play that to get a tonal quality. Tab helps with that, but then it'll say on the music anyway, it'll just say in a circle fifth, and that tells me the position, or, you know, a big V or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, learn to read music.
Right, that's the end of it. It's
very good.
Tab's okay at the beginning, but learn to read music.
Learn to read music.